Are you tired of the same old weekend routine, looking for something new and exciting?
Then get ready to rev your engines at Throttle and Swing, the ultimate entertainment destination at NOLA Motorsports Park.
That's right, we're talking an 80 configuration go-kart track that'll have you feeling like a pro racer.
But that's not all. We've also got a brand new 18-hole mini golf course and a state-of-the-art arcade.
Delicious craft pizza kitchen and a full bar. Think unique cocktails, gourmet coffee, and the perfect place to refuel after all the fun.
Plus, relax in our outdoor lawn area with the playground, live music stage, a huge television for watch parties, and free Wi-Fi too. It's perfect for work or play.
And if you're planning a party, Throttle and Swing can handle it. Any size gathering, we've got you covered.
So, what are you waiting for? Head over to NOLA Motorsports Park on the West Bank and experience the unparalleled excitement of Throttle and Swing.
Throttle and Swing at NOLA Motorsports Park. Get your adrenaline pumping. Chocolate lovers rejoice. Scandalous Chocolates has arrived in New York with 4 sensational new varieties.
That's right. They aren't just chocolates. They're an experience. Premium edibles crafted with the finest ingredients, blending sweet and savory sophistication.
We're talking 20 milligrams premium chocolate lips, sleekly packaged, perfect for on-the-go indulgence. Nuts, fruits, caramel, it's an affair you can take anywhere.
At just $10, it's an affordable luxury. Fair trade, single origin, gluten-free, and vegan. Find Scandalous Chocolates at quality dispensaries like Travel Agency in Gotham.
Scandalous Chocolates. When you're in New York, awaken your senses and delight your palate.
The affair you could take anywhere. Scandalous. Are you looking for a unique New Orleans experience?
Check out New Orleans artist Frenchie at FrenchieLive.com.
Featuring original artworks, prints, and more. See it all at www.frenchielive.com.
Live event bookings are available. The gallery is open by appointment only.
And for private showings or parties, email info@frenchielive.com.
Experience the art. Experience the artist. Frenchie Gallery. www.frenchielive.com.
Hey, Jay, you hungry? Like really hungry?
Yeah, I'm in the mood for oysters. Hey, let's check out Trenas.
Oysters? I love oysters.
Trenas features a wide variety of local oysters. Char, grilled, baked, and on the half shell, even the famous oyster log.
Oyster log? I heard about that. You get 6 each of their signature baked oysters, plus 6 fried, all on a cypress slab?
42 oysters. We are going to love it. Trenas is located in the Hotel Intercontinental, 444 St. Charles Avenue, right on the parade route.
Sweet. When can we go?
7 days a week for lunch and dinner, plus a mimosa brunch on weekends, and happy hour daily from 3 to 6.
Happy hour? Nah, you're talking my language.
Great drinks, great wine list. An award-winning chef, Matthew Farmer, leads a team serving the best seafood in New Orleans. Trenas.
Trenas. Got it. Let's go.
We got a vibe, y'all. We got a vibe. I can tell by your smile that you're in my tribe. We got a vibe.
All right, we got the Palo Santos burning. That means it's time for the... Oh, it's not the 504C. I'm all confused now.
It's all good. It's all under the same umbrella.
We got the Palo Santos burning. It means it's time for the Only Good Vibes News Network.
Yes, and we got our illustrious guest, Mr. Devin Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo.
Let's go, baby.
What's
Happy
up, bro?
Devin.
Happy to be here, man.
Dude, we honored to have you, man. I mean,
Thank you, bro.
Seriously.
Thank you.
We bring people on the show because we feel that if we bring you on the show, there's something that's positive you're doing for the community that we like, and you noticed us, so that's why we had 43 shows last year on the radio. We moved to podcasts. We already did like 12 of the shows. We got maybe 10 of, like maybe 15 in the can.
We've got a number of shows together. We're really having a fun time doing this. So we're glad to have you on because I really admire your work.
Thank you,
you're working your way towards icon status here.
Working
in New
your
Orleans.
way. This man
with his Red Beans and Rice series, man. I'm telling you what. Not everybody knows who Hold the Mayo is. A lot of people do. But there's still some people in the dark, and that's one of the reasons I'm really excited to have you on the show.
Thank you, man.
I wanted to bring more people aware of what you're doing, how you're bringing attention to the little joints in New Orleans.
Absolutely.
The joints that are really out there feeding people on the street. And you go into these places with such an open heart. I love the way you're received in there. A lot of times the people don't know who you are when you first get there, and then they sort of piece it together just because of the way you're acting in there and stuff. And I love to see that process unfold in your videos. You know, it's really cool stuff that you're doing for the community, for the restaurants community, and for the community of people who are really go unappreciated. The cooks, the people who are out there making this stuff and feeding people at the ground level. I'm not talking about the Galatoire's level. I'm talking about the gas station level.
Yeah, right.
And all in between, I think.
Yeah.
And all in between. For sure.
It's completely authentic, completely not thought of. It's very in the moment. Just like if you work in a job, and because I remember. It's 11, 12 o'clock. You think about, hey, what you want to go eat? That's what I do, So, and then anything that happens from that, it's filmed on a phone camera. So, you never know. And that's the thing about this city, this state. You just never know.
Well, feeding people is such a good vibe. And, Whistle came up with this concept for the Only Good Vibes News Network. And from the very first day we were doing it on the other radio, we've been talking about having you on. I'm glad you finally
we
made
had
it
the
happen.
circle, the star on the side, all these.
We,
you do the columns of people you definitely hope you can get, people you can get, and people that you like maybe out of touch, reach for us. But you were on all those lists for us. I feel like you and I know each other. You're definitely somebody we wanted to get, and you're just excelling, and that's one of the most beautiful things that I've seen. It's kind of like Only Good Vibes News Network. We're organic, and we're grassroots, and we're authentic. And that's exactly the keys that I love about you as a human. The show is another thing. Just your personality stays the same, which is cool. Because I feel like sometimes if a person goes to a place, I'm sure you've been to places of people I wouldn't know them because you're the same way.
Yeah.
And that's really a art and a lost art. Because sometimes I find myself, like even with this show here, like I want to push rather than just be like, relax and chirp. But that's
and I think that's just something that I maybe wasn't always, but you just learn that. You learn that doing this stuff. When you do enough stuff, you're gonna learn that, hey, the best form of me is me. It's just that's just what it is. And guess what? Maybe it's not the best when you first start, just being yourself. But it always works out. You either people are gonna like you or they're not gonna. And I just try to be myself, man. Because if they like me as me by myself, man, that's a win-win, dude. That's less effort.
I love that quote. That's why I wrote it down. The best form of me is me. And the other one that goes down with that is one of my favorite musicians is John Batiste. Oh, yeah. He says, "Be who you are, because everybody else is already taken."
Right.
Yeah. That's what there is to it right there.
That's beautiful.
But man, take us on a ride here. Before we start every show, I know you start every show with food. We start every show with food for the mind. Whistle gets it from the Zen cards, and it's amazing how it always sort of ends up relating to our show and our guests and just everything we're doing.
These are just Zen cards. It's just a feeling and a vibe. That's this whole show, and that's Mr. Vibes right there. By the way.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Mr. Vibes, and he's been with us for all our shows, most of them, and then we have some Amethyst. It's all about a zone and energy, and just trying to help people understand that their subconscious thought process of what they put in is basically what they're going to get out.
Right.
And so that's why we're trying to dump in good stuff. And the cards are just Zen cards. This one says, and I pull them randomly with Burning the Palo Santos and Sage. And this one says meditation. Sit quietly. Watch your thoughts and feelings pass in front of you. Relinquish control and the desire to get caught up in them. See that nothing in life is permanent. Your thoughts, feelings, and perceptions all pass before you. If anything catches you, gently release it and simply continue to watch. So I guess that's kind of what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Just like she said, it just fits right in. But that's
active
exactly
meditation, just
about.
being yourself.
Yeah, and I mean that's it. I'd help a lot of stress go away too. for when you think about that, because you say, I can't fuck up being myself.
Yeah, I mean, just anything in general, good or bad, that you hang on to for too long in your thought process. You're hanging on to it for too long. Let it go. Let it come. Let it go. That's how I treat it.
That's beautiful meditation right there. So the next one is loyalty. Camera 5 over there, loyalty. So it says, become loyal to your innermost truth. Follow the way when others abandon it. Walk in the path of your own heart.
Boom.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, bro.
that's true loyalty.
Dude,
Wow.
been in here for like 10 minutes. Already smashing the cars.
Yeah, that was crazy the way you set it up like that, and then he read the cards. I had no idea that's what was coming. That's beautiful.
Yep, I don't know either. I'll pick them then. But one of the things I want to ask you off the bat is this. We're going to get to some sync stuff, but with eating all the time and having lunch at those places, and then some of them not low-cal, but how do you stay in shape?
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching, especially nowadays, I'm watching out for all that. So I'm not going to kill myself. I'm just not. So, like, for instance, like, hey, I see this all the time. People ask, it's like the most common, I call it generic thing you can really comment. How do you stay so skinny? How do you stay so skinny? Well, here's the deal. Unlike a lot of people who do the food stuff, they go all around all week long, going to places. They might go to several in a day, all this stuff. I do this thing one time a week, period. The other 6 days out the week, I'm respecting my body. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the sauna twice a week. I'm working out usually about 2 to 3 times a week. Nothing crazy, but I'm working out, staying active, drinking a lot of water. Just like the basic things you've heard since the existence of Earth. Like, drink a lot of water, stay active,
Be good to yourself.
Yeah, and I watch what I put in my body. I don't like to eat fried stuff. Most of those days, don't get me wrong, I'm a human. I slip up. There'll be an occasion. There'll be something. Somebody will have a birthday. Hey, we eating at Desi Vegas, whatever. Yep. And I'll go and mess up, but I try to do my best with not just eating I couldn't do that years ago. I financially is the number one reason. It's hard to eat healthy when you're broke. I mean, yeah, it's hard to eat healthy when you're broke. So now that I have a little money, I'm definitely spending a lot of it on my health. You know what I'm saying? What I'm eating inside my house and stuff like that, because it could fall off the rails quick if you don't take care of it.
So is red beans always just like a favorite food, or it was just a staple of New Orleans and you just want to delve in?
Red beans is something, I just think that it's a relatable thing. So that's the number one thing I think about red beans down here. They relatable. Everybody has an experience. When I was growing up, dude, it was red beans not only just on Monday, but you better be ready to go open up that fridge on Tuesday, and that's what you're eating again. It was like that at my house. I hated seeing red beans on Tuesday. and honestly, I still do. I don't want to see no red beans on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. You know what I'm saying? It's Monday for me, but it's relatable. Everybody's been there. Everybody probably looked in their fridge on Tuesday and saw them there. So it's just something that, when I first started, I was like, hey, man, what's something niche that I can really dive into, other than the popular thing, which is like Saints and stuff like that. What is the niche? And the niche was red beans.
How did you get started in broadcasting about the red beans? Like, what was sort of
I was already doing Hold the Mayo so I started LLC did in May of 2019. So I was still working at Lamarck Ford, and then also blogging, doing videos, and I'm talking about just videos on my phone in my backyard, talking about this, that, the other. And it was just bugging me that I didn't have niche content, because I always told myself, even then, I was like, if I do something and I do it 100 times in a row, I bet you it'll hit. I literally told myself that all the time, and I still think about that stuff. So once I tried it, it didn't get no traction the first 100 episodes, but I was just banking on, dude, consistency is gonna win. I learned that in the car business,
dude.
Because you got to, if you sell, let's say somebody sells 20 cars in a month, they big time, all right? Well, it's the 30th of the month. Well, what is the next day? It's December 1st, okay? Well, guess how many cars you got out that next day? 0. The month's over. So you got to go do it again. Yep. And that's just, there's something about that consistency that I'm at peace with.
So much to unpack in that thing, especially when it hits home for me. Consistency. I'm a salesperson. I'm a commission salesperson. Most sales is a commission. So like you said, you gotta. I know it's a numbers game. Like if you're in sales and commission and you don't realize it's a numbers game, then you're probably not gonna eat. You know what I mean? But for me, understanding that, I've been listening to like a lot of Rick Rubin.
I know of him. I don't.
Same here. I knew of him. I know he was but I just started listening to some of his podcasts. And some of the things that you're saying and other people saying I hear some things are like legit. He's never did a drug. He's never drank. He never did anything. This dude is just genuinely an amazing energy. I almost feel like he's my spirit animal. I don't even know the guy. But when I listen to all this stuff, it's all the same. And he talks about there's no failure. He talks about you just did it for the first time. And then doing it again and again and again. And that's that same consistency piece, right?
Yeah.
Like however many times you get good at things when you do it more and more and more and more and more.
No matter what it is. I brush my teeth better than I did 10 years ago. It's anything you do, as you continue to do it, you only get better. So the key is to get past the initials. The initials will eat you up, right? The initials will eat the average human up in this craft. In this craft right here, the initial emotions that you go through, they'll eat you up and get you out of this craft. Because, where's the people at? Where's the followers at? Where's this at? Where's my money at? All this stuff. It's not going to be there. You're going to have to, the main thing you focus on is showing up, being consistent. How many years you've been going to the Dome?
Yeah, 32.
And guess what?
That's dressing up 32.
That's why people truly cherish you. That's the main reason. Like when you say that, when you said it on the phone on HM Live the other night, people are like, damn. Like the first thing they like, damn, that's a long time, man. That dude's a Saints legend, man.
To go to church or to go to work or to do anything, you got a valid point.
And then you were just like last night, the 504 Fan Cave, you were saying that you haven't missed a home game in 32 years.
Yeah, but I also like keeping it, like showing how people like Mac the Clown.
Yeah.
Like he was on here and this dude been 48 years.
It's incredible.
Like 48 years,
amazing,
dude. That's
like incredible.
I was 10 years old when he started going to the game. I'm 58 now, dude. That just doesn't register. But like you're saying, that's why he's probably one of my the favorite person I like, because that consistency and he's seen some shit.
Oh, absolutely.
He's seen some 1 in 15. He's seen some just real tanking shit and still coming at it.
And I'm naturally just a nostalgic dude. Whenever I'm in a rut, like mentally or feeling down, whatever, I always go to things that made me happy my whole life, right? So, for instance, I like to watch a lot of old wrestling because I know no matter what, whether I'm sober, not sober, got something on my mind, don't got something on my mind, whatever the case may be, I know if I turn on 1998 WWF,
Dusty Rhodes off the top rope.
It gives me some type of feeling of like, okay, man, I've been doing this my whole life. This is what makes me happy. Same if I watch like old Saints highlights or, whatever it is, playing games.
One of the things that Rick, my two favorite people to listen to on podcasts when I'm walking 5 miles is David Goggins, who's just fucking psychotic.
Yeah, wild dude.
And Rick was talking about how when you're creating something, and you totally have this, when you're creating something, you're creating it for you, not for the listeners. You're not doing the listeners any justice if you try to think you know what they want, because you really don't know what they think. But if you're doing it from your heart, from your soul, like say, hey man, look, it's about consistency. It's about me putting out content, like so at 100, people will be like, you did 100 and you still didn't feel like, but no, that drive that you had to keep you going and ticking is the fact that you're putting out something for you and you're doing it on a consistent basis. And you understood that. I always use that same analogy for like people thinking negative and positive and skiing. When you go to ski, like it takes most of the time you'll go about a week or two skiing. And like the first day, you're kind of like rickety, slow. Third day, fourth day, you start getting better and better and better. You're getting your bearings back. It may not have been a few years, but most of the time on like almost your last days, you're probably skiing the best.
Yeah.
And it's time to go. Right?
Yeah.
But the same way with life. Like you got to brace if it's going to go help someone do something. you got to embrace the fact that you're doing it for you and for them and your time, not that what you're going to get out of it, or hopefully they'll be okay because you did it. It's like last night, a friend of mine's father took a fall. He was in the hospital. They've been there with them for a few days. I was only her and her husband. And I talked to her and I was like, look, anything I can do ever to help you. It's like 11 o'clock at night. Let us know. So she said, I might call you on that. She hung up and she texted me back. She goes, I might need you to come to my house and pick up this bag and bring it to my husband at Turo. And I'm like, okay, no problem. So I did it because I knew that if I'm always like trying to put myself in other people's positions.
I feel what you're
empathy,
saying.
humility, and compassion.
Yeah.
So I drove there and did it. And it was for me. It wasn't like to make her like me more or make him like me more.
Yeah.
It was because I thought it was the right thing to do for me.
Right.
And that's kind of how I feel. And that's what I needed to hear this. A lot of times people tell me they need to hear some things, but just listening to you and your approach, not only on the shows, but on life, is the same vibe I'm feeling with Ruben and all these cats. And I'm not drinking, I don't know about for you, but it makes me have like this clarity.
Yeah.
Where I can pick that shit up like instantly.
Yeah,
Like,
it just makes me feel better. I mean, all around. I mean, whether it's mentally or whatever, it just makes me feel better. So I try to go, certain gaps, and right now is one of them. The way I don't drink at all, really. But yeah, I agree with that, man. Definitely makes you think clearer for sure.
When did you know in your journey with this that you were really getting some attention? You were talking about initially there wasn't a lot of people paying attention, but you knew that consistency was the answer for you. But when did you sort of cross that hump to where you're like, oh wow, okay, well I think this is working now?
I was always really confident about it. I could tell you that. I was always really confident enough to quit my job, which was before COVID. So COVID hit in March of 2020. I had quit a manager position at Lamarck Ford in February of 2020. And it was all over me seeing just one video get a little traction, which that video was at the time me running around Bourbon Street during Mardi Gras, interviewing people and stuff like that. And I think the video wound up getting like 1,000 likes, but that was enough for me to quit my job, dude.
Wow.
I was out, dude. But it was one of those things that, and I think people go through this a lot too, when you do something for so long. I think for me it's like the 5-year mark. And I can elaborate on that further with another topic. But anyway, I think you just get so tired of working this one thing to where it starts making you dislike everybody that's around you that's at that job. And I was definitely there at Lamarck Ford. And look, I love everybody there. So the fact that I went from loving everybody there to feeling like, dude, I don't even want to know what this dude is eating for lunch. Like nothing. I was just so over it. I had my mind set on Hold the Mayo. I think I had Hold the Mayo at that time, come January 2020. I think I had it going for 6 months. They were coming up to me, asking me to desk deals, which is, write a deal out so they could show customer. I hated every deal that came my way. Like I had to proofread, and it's just like I knew that it was time to get out of there.
Writing was on the wall.
I knew that it meant something. It meant something else. And what it meant was, hey, man, you just got to take a risk. And that's so from there, literally just going live every day. And it really started really working out for me. I'd say by early 2022, the way I could see, hey, this is a good decision.
So I would say that moment there where you got that first view, that would be the moment we talk about going pro.
Yeah.
Like you went pro that day.
Yeah.
How long before you started making some returns where you're like, okay, this is actually going to work?
I'd say 2022.
So but that's 2 years or a year and a half?
So that's about a year and a half in. But at the same time, even when I had no money, and I'm talking about used all my 401k money I had from the previous job, burned every credit card I had, whatever.
Wow.
Even when I had no money, I was still working on the craft. And what I mean by that is the craft of like getting sponsors. I've been getting sponsors since I started. So they might not have been paying me as much as they are today, might not have been as big of a name. It might have been a tire shop that my buddies, but I was doing that format of getting sponsors, right? So
you can give your sponsors a shout out on our show if you want.
Huh?
I said,
Yeah.
if you want to shout them out.
I mean, they've been with me for years. So Abita Brewery's one of them. Camellia Red Beans is another one. Blue Plate Mayo is one of them. I mean, there's so... there's so... River Parish, Brother Fromeyer.
Nice.
Those 4 right there alone have been with me for 4+ years.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
I mean,
all good quality people in New Orleans are staples of New Orleans too.
It's like a dream come true when you think about, hey, who would I want to sponsor me? You know, it's like that is like the perfect case scenario for me. And you know, it started with small sponsors, man. But what I don't do today is I don't just do ads for anybody. Or if you hit me up and you're like, hey, we want you to come do this one video, we'll pay you this. I never do that. I work long-term relationships only. If you're not willing to get in a long-term relationship with me, I don't work with you.
Beautiful.
That's smart. Yeah.
So
that's really smart.
I miss out on a little money, whatever. But I keep the brand genuine.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Save on a lot of headache.
Yes.
Miss out on a little money.
Absolutely.
We can pause that, but I just want to jog back for 1 second. Extra question, a funny question. Did you ever interview Popeye?
No, but I have. All right, that's a great question.
From the West Bank.
Yeah, big Popeye fan.
Me
right
too,
here.
dude.
Yeah,
I can't
that
stop
guy's
watching him.
So I still I put money on Popeye's books.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. So I
You
mean,
gotta hit me up. I like to send him a little something.
yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
So yeah, just a fan. And then as I grew a little in following, I was able to kind of on Twitter. You know, I'm tweeting, man, who can get me in touch with Popeye? You know, who can get me his number, whatever. And then I've talked to him on the phone through the jail phone, dude, 20 times at least. Yeah,
I can watch that dude all day long, just like I can watch you. Like some people just.
I hear he's got glow sticks.
Yeah.
Good glow sticks.
Yeah.
Bop bop. You be like, where's it? Bop bop bop. And
Yeah.
he sounds just like the people he's trying to imitate. I know people like who he's trying to imitate. West Bengals be tripping, bro.
Last time I talked to him on the phone, he said, "Yeah, I'm just chilling, bro. I'm eating a honey bun, about to give me a coffee and go play some poker." And I was like, "Dude, this dude." Bro. And he's one of them dudes, like just like many people that are incarcerated. I mean, we've all known somebody like this. It's like once you get on the phone with him, bro, he will call you for a year straight from the jail phone.
Hey,
you know,
bro, I need some Zuzus.
yeah, it's just
bro.
how it is, and I get it. You know, I've been around people before that were in a similar situation. So, but he's a good dude to me, man.
The funny thing is if he was out, he probably would have been eating a honey bun about to go play some
you would have
poker.
been doing the same thing. Yeah, facts. Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah, I couldn't let that Bourbon Street get away without thinking. 'Cause I was just knocking on my head. I got it. But Popeye is you're talking about legend. That dude is legendary in his thoughts. And
Absolutely.
I'd like to get on his commissary, throw him a couple bucks. That'd be funny.
I got a question for you, Devin. Since you're so down with the food scene in New Orleans, and especially the local food scene, we're in Gentilly, and sometimes people come on the show and they want to know where to get a bite to eat after they leave here.
Yeah.
Is there any place local around here, like a little spot where you got like some fire stuff?
Fiorella's.
Fiorella's, okay.
I mean, unbelievable. I mean, that fried chicken.
Right, legendary.
Yeah, it'll literally make you shed a tear. You know,
Is this the same people that was on Decatur that moved? Or that was just the original one? The one
I think that was the original. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I mean,
I think.
it's
Yeah,
so
this
hard.
is the original one up here, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
I often say it's hard to be a musician, especially a drummer in New Orleans. I would imagine it has to be pretty difficult to have a restaurant in New Orleans sometimes. There's so many of them, and a lot of them are really good. And if you're doing the same thing, trying to reinvent yourself to get people to come because your next door neighbor have chicken, you have chicken, they have red beans, you have red beans.
Yeah.
So is Wednesday like a staple for Italian? Is that? I always thought of like Wednesday. I know Monday was red beans. I think it was like some stewed chicken or something. Like I went down this road with Kermit, but I think it's something stewed on Tuesday, like chicken, baked chicken or something. And then Wednesday was Italian. Can't remember what Thursday, but I knew Friday was seafood.
All right, so I'll tell you what I ain't ever forgot my stepmom's schedule. So Monday was red beans.
Yep.
Tuesday was red beans.
Okay.
Wednesday was hot dogs. Thursdays was usually like tacos or something like that. And then Friday my dad be coming home from work and it was one of the best calls you get all week. Hey, I'm at Popeyes. You want anything?
Boom.
And that was the 5 days of the week right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boom.
Saturday, if we went fishing, speckled trout fish fry.
I wanted to get into that with you too because I know you're from Shelman. I go fishing in Delacroix. I go fishing a lot of places. My favorite place to go is in Delacroix.
Absolutely, man.
It's fucking dude. Last time I went there, it was with Jason Seiler, seafood dude.
Yeah.
Dude, people you probably like this, people who fish in Delacroix around there, those dudes, they know that place like the back of their hand. Because if some person like me or whatever would try and go to the boat, you'll be calling the Coast Guard, dude.
They'll get to the spot quicker than you with a map or with a GPS.
But if you just going and getting place stuck, like these dudes, man, I love fishing, man. It's like my number one thing to do.
It's awesome.
And just how the ground, when the tide's up, it's one thing, but when the tide's low, the average person going on a boat don't have a clue. They might be able to see the road, but they don't know. I mean, it's crazy how. But we caught these huge. We had to let go like 4 or 5 29-inch because you got to let them go after 28.
Right.
But we slaughtered the redfish, dude. And it's nothing like having a big redfish on the line, dude. And most people don't know this, but you can't purchase wild redfish in restaurants.
Facts.
It has to be
against the law.
You can only catch them wild and eat it. It's a whole different taste.
Yeah.
But
I mean, redfish and speckled trout are my 2 favorite fish to catch. And yes, 80-90% of them I've caught has been in Delacroix, Hopedale. I go to Venice because I got a buddy from St. Bernard Parish who actually lives out there and does like a little charter and stuff like that. Somebody I grew up with. But yeah, dude, something about fishing is just like the ultimate piece for me. I can't explain it other than, hey, it's just this little boat in this thing of sea of water,
negative ions is what it is. So you see people who hug trees, they talk about, and with no shoes, like the hippies, the energy from the negative ions in the ground, comes through that tree. The same thing happens with water. That's that feeling when you get around water, you see it, you're like,
it's amazing.
That's exactly that feeling. I almost got it just a second ago. But I love fishing, man. So what was your first memories of? We're gonna switch to second for sinks, but when was your first memory of sinks? Because I would think fishing and sinks would have to be like
my first memory of Saints. Mm-hmm. My first memory of Saints, it was around the Danny Werfel era. And maybe just a little after that, and it's like going to the Dome with my stepdad. I remember he got me a Kerry Collins jersey.
Wow, Kerry Collins! I heard that name.
I never heard it.
Long ass
He was playing drunk, dude. Yeah. For the Saints. He was not sober. Yeah, and I just remember him getting me that jersey. I'm like, damn, bro. Even then, as a kid, I was like, dude, we suck, man.
Yes.
But yeah,
so fucking awesome.
So that was the initial.
Do you still have it?
No, everything that I could resort to from 2005 and before that, Katrina.
Gone,
So I could let you. I mean, dude, there's a million things that I had that I'd feel really good about having today. It's just gone.
Do you forget about it? Because I lost everything Katrina too. But do you forget you even had these things, and then sometimes wait a minute, oh fuck, I lost that. Because I had Shaq, I got a Shaq football, a basketball there. I had Shaq shoes. Like this room, I had a lot of different things. But I can only imagine some of the things that you must have had on
consoles, gaming consoles. I think about those a lot. I think about the trading cards. So I had a lot of Pokemon and stuff like that. I had just really I think of things that would probably be of value. Other than that, I mean, I was 13 when the storm hit. Right, so how much can a 13-year-old have? I know this now. How much can a 13-year-old truly have? So I think about it that way too, almost as if I don't have anything. Before
but that's still a tough age to go through something
like
that. Because the stuff that you have at that age is a little more important.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. And then
you don't have someone.
But really, what was the most important was 13 years of being around the same people, friends. It was really like that. It wasn't the only social media that was really out at that time, which nobody even really knew about, was Facebook. You had a little MySpace.
Yeah, that's what I was
yeah.
But you couldn't get in touch with nobody really. It's just how it was. You couldn't get in touch with nobody. People weren't on their phones on the internet at that time. You see what I'm saying? If you wanted to get on Facebook or whatever, you had to have a computer.
I was also telling people, could you imagine? And it's hard. I'm listening to you. It's really, when you said 13, it's really hard to think that it was 20-something years ago, dude. Katrina happened. I mean,
20 years ago.
But it's you would think about, okay, one day somebody's going to have this thing that you can put in your hand and you can ask it any question. And it's going to get the answers for you. That's a crazy thought to think about then, and be like, yeah, we got a computer, we just got that. But just to think of a smartphone, right now, you can access anything.
Yeah, I mean, I had a Sprint flip phone. when the hurricane hit, and I had just got it. That was the first age that I was able to have a cell phone, was 13, and I had just got a Sprint flip phone, and I thought I was him. You know, I really, dude. It had like the little dancing polar bear on it and stuff.
Nice.
You know,
You're
I
like,
named
this shit is
the
bling.
polar bear. You know, all the it was good times, man. Good times.
That's awesome, man. So I wanted to ask you. You said, man, you're coming up on 300.
Yeah, coming up on 300.
Dude,
yeah,
that's an amazing feat. Talking about consistency.
300 consecutive Mondays.
Yeah, consecutive. That's the key. See, not only the key, but I mean, anybody can say whatever you want, but consecutive is like you don't get a break.
Well, I wouldn't say I don't get a break, but it comes up so quick. So what is today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
But next time I think about it, it'll be Saturday. And next time I think about it after that, it's like, dude, it's here. You know?
Where we going?
Yeah, I mean, Mondays come up so quick. If all the days of the week to pick that comes up super quick, I'd have to say Monday comes up the quickest.
I had a peep at the last show at Chafalaya, our boy Tony.
Yeah.
And his wife. I used to live right down the street.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people were looking at that skillet, but they always have an accident at that corner.
That's what I heard.
They always have accidents. I even had an
insane.
accident. I had to like turn into something from going through the front door of that car in my truck.
They should have marketed that.
Dude.
They should have been like, yeah, food's so good, make you want to run into the building.
It's not too late for Tony.
Yeah, he'll hit it.
People are running into shit just to come over and
Yeah.
get some. But it is good, man.
It
They
is.
have been consistently good. They both been in the restaurant business, him and his wife, for a long time. So the coolest part, I almost picture in my head of you have like this hypothetical, like this wheel, and you just like spin it, and like you look away, and you're like, okay, who is it? All right,
Yeah.
let's roll.
Yeah.
Like that's like about the how you come up with it, in my opinion, because I feel like you're a genuine dude, and you always like, man, nobody call me, nobody tell me to come. I'm just like, okay, like you said, it's 11 o'clock. What are we gonna eat?
Look, people hit me up all the time about, hey, come here. I mean, that's natural. It's just a part of it, right? But I never give a heads up. I never say, yeah, I'm coming. I never talk to nobody ahead of time because it preserves, and I use the word preserve a lot when I'm talking about this. It preserves the genuineness of the segment.
Yeah.
Right? All you see now, I've been doing this since before TikTok, this segment, since before TikTok.
Wow.
If I looked around then, they might have been a handful of people like doing food reviews. You know what I'm saying? Now, since TikTok came out, there is so many people doing it. It's so oversaturated. It's unbelievable. And a lot of them are getting paid to do it, getting with the people ahead of time, doing it some type of way that's like not genuine, you know?
Yeah. You can see it too.
Yeah, and you could see it. And maybe they're not talking how they talk. Maybe, you know, there's always something. I mean, I see this stuff, so I'm like, dude, there's always something. They just never can't just be themselves, you know? But that's what I pride myself on with that segment, is the fact that there's not a lot of thought put into it. It's no deeper than us in an hour going to get something to eat.
Yeah.
And it's not like a big camera tracking me, anything. It's my boy who I've known for 20 years on a phone camera.
Beautiful.
You know, so even if you know who I am, I'm not coming in like,
Cameras and everything
hey,
blazing.
old
right?
DeMayo's here. Y'all got y'all cooks ready today?
Yeah.
It's nothing like
It's
that.
more. I love that. I love that feel, because until I would do some Google research, like I didn't even know you were like a food critic. I just thought you was this dude that
Yeah.
was really cool doing just going into places, and just your whole vibe was that. I never
Yeah.
put together like, you know, influencer or this or that. I just thought of this fucking guy is fucking so funny.
That's what it is, though. It's just a food vlog.
Yeah.
It's really just a Monday experience vlog, because I'll never just leave it just to food. I
Right.
wouldn't do that. I
Yeah,
can't.
I love the way you talk about the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You're like, we're over here in Chalmette. You're like, I grew up right around the corner.
Yeah.
Like, you always have something interesting and topical and like to say about the neighborhood to bring people into the place
Yeah.
with you, you know?
I mean, yesterday when I was at
Trapline.
Yeah, when I was there, I mean, I noticed the rugs. They
Yep.
look so well vacuumed. I'm like,
And see,
dude, look at how well vacuumed these rugs are.
That's a sign of a well-run restaurant right there.
yeah, you
But
know.
for me as a listener, like that sticks out to me for your character and for like who you are, which is what brings, I think, guests to the show, because
Yeah.
you're just a genuine dude. You're like, you're not just saying, oh man, this is great, get this, or hey, we're here. You're like, dude, I'm observing this place, and these fucking rugs are really,
that's
you know,
it.
like
You almost always take us in the bathroom too.
well, that's another thing too, you know, and it's like all that stuff is so genuine.
Yeah, what's the front of the place like? You know, do they got a cigarette butt holder? Do they, you know, is there a swing? You know, are they selling newspapers? They selling propane? You know, like there's certain indicators to where before you can even walk in, you're gonna know if this place is about it or not. It's just, you know, and I feel like that's what enough people don't do that are in this huge market of food reviews. They don't do anything like that. It's all about the food. It's all about, hey, watch this person eat, and they're gonna tell you it's good. Bro, I'm going to tell you if it sucks, too.
Yeah, that's the part that's good, too. The realness again. Remember,
because they're not paying me.
No.
Right.
So it don't matter to me. I have no benefit in telling you it's good or bad. Why would I want to lie to myself?
Yep.
I mean, we were talking, you'd mentioned how hard the restaurant business is. Is there a place maybe that went out of business that you're like, oh, man, it's Monday. I just wish this place was still around?
Yeah, there's got to be.
Yeah.
Man, that's such a good question.
You mean like it ain't there no more?
Yeah, kind of like that. Like for me, immediately, I think of Uglicich is, and probably you do too.
Yeah,
you know, like
Yugi's.
in terms
Yugi's
of just like
there.
the place that I wish was still
I don't know
there.
if they did Red Meat, but Uglicich was
No, but
this
not for
couple
Red Meat. I just mean
that had a
place in
restaurant like it was right off of St. Charles, a couple of blocks to the left. I forget what street it
It
was.
was right
on.
by where they had the dairy over there.
Okay, yeah.
But they're legendary. Like they were so good. Like there's always a line out there. And people till this day, if they did one or two pop-ups and they were so successful, but this whole couple, they just finally got too old to do it.
Yeah.
And they were like, we out.
One that I thought of recently, this ain't the number one by any means, but the one that I thought of most recently that I wish I could have went and did a vlog at was, I don't know if I'm sure y'all remember Mandich in the 9th Ward.
Yes.
Okay. I wish that place was still there because I have so many memories there growing up. Like that's where we went when we went out of St. Bernard Parish is we go to Mandich. My grandpa would let me write on the tablecloths. He let me draw whatever. You know, we'd usually write bad words on the
Like
tablecloths.
kids.
Yeah.
Writing shit.
Yeah. So,
Wasn't me.
yeah, it's just like one of them places I know that I could vlog and people would really understand it, you know?
All the nuances is one of the funniest things about going into a place that you capture that most people like, you know, and it's all quite essential, obvious things like the bathroom, like the butts outside, like the scene that's like these fucking
even like the
people-
way they stack water. Sometimes you'll be like, look at the way they have all this shit stacked up over here. I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I pride myself in life on being able to speak about the 500-pound gorilla comfortably.
Yeah.
And that's what I see from your show.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever it is. When you go in, you're able to, whether it's you talking Saints on Sunday after the game or you talking red beans on Monday, you have an authentic way of just doing the same thing but so different. Is what's really cool about it, you know, because people get tired of saying, "Oh, okay, this is your 6 o'clock news today." You know?
Yeah, I could,
You know what I mean?
like, and honestly, that's because it would bug me if I did the same exact thing every single time. You know, there's a reason why, you know, when I started, I think after like 100 episodes, you know, the look at this motherfucker really took off, right? The catchphrase.
Yeah, beautiful.
Well, there's a reason why I stopped saying it. Because I don't ever want to just be known for one thing. I don't ever want to just be known for saying one thing.
You don't want to be, there's the look at this motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly, man. Right. So that really bugs me. I think about that literally every time I do that segment about everything. You know what I'm saying? I never want to recycle jokes.
Right.
I can't even get myself to recycle a joke. And a lot of people do that. A lot of successful people do that. A lot of successful comedians do that. I can't even get myself to do it one time because I have to be different. It's just how I am.
I was listening. I mean, I don't hate to. I don't mind doing it because I think there's a point to it that's positive. Rick Rubin talks about that same exact thing you're doing. Like you don't ever want to copy anybody because that's what makes us all beautiful. We make different art. Right? Your art is art that you are making. And you don't want to make it seem, he goes, you can only do it maybe once, maybe twice, the same thing.
Yeah.
And then it's old. People just like, so, but you changing it and not liking that feeling of getting comfortable and doing the same thing is what kind of, I think, probably makes more
it
people
challenges your mind too. that's good. You know, it's part of the craft. You're working on your craft. You know, you're not working on your craft if you're just doing your craft every single time. I mean, you are naturally, but why not throw some? Yeah, why not? I mean, there's levels to it, right? There's layers to everything. So I'd be trying to tap into that. Whether it's like the words that I say, whether it's what I'm observing, you know, whatever it may be, just something to make it stand out different. How is my stuff going to stand out different than all these other people that are doing this stuff? You know, how many people are like showing cigarette butts? You know, how many people are showing like these little things that everybody walks by? You know, those things mean a lot to our people. And I think when you ask me, hey, what do you think works best for your audience? I think it's the fact that I'm relatable.
100%. And that's what I was going to say next. I was going to say the thing that made me fall in love with your show, want to follow, want to subscribe and everything is your authenticity. Not only that, how authentic you are, but when I talk to you, I meet you, cameras off, lights off, whatever, same dude, which is like one of my characters that I love, and most people has been in my friend. Most of my friends have been friends with for over 30 years.
Yeah,
like that's and it's because they're the same fucking person. That authenticity, that way who they are. Like they're not gonna go down the same path. They're just gonna be themselves.
Yeah,
you know. And it's something about being yourself that makes you feel good, and you feel like, in my mind, you can't fuck up because you're being yourself.
Facts.
And I love the fact that you go in and you really go to the beat of your own drum. And this loyalty card reminds me of you. I'll say it again. Become loyal to your innermost truth. Follow the way when others abandon it. Walk in the path of your own heart. And I feel like you do that a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's why you have the followers you do, because we know you're not going to just say something just to say it. You're going to be like, fuck, this is what I feel. I'm not gonna go and do a review just because somebody wants to pay me or some shit. This is not who I am. And that's living in your own heart and doing your own thing and following. It ain't always easy, but it's a good quality that I think that people have. If most people had it, I think we can all they could be more creative as humans rather than everybody trying to strive to do what that guy did or that lady did so that you can be, because you're not them.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm all about like looking up to what somebody did, you know, or looking up to somebody's story on how they came up. I'm all into that.
Is there anybody doing what you do in terms of food vlogging right now that you really dig what they're up to?
Well, in food vlogging?
Yeah. Sort of.
I'd have to go back on that. So, I mean, I liked Anthony Bourdain a lot. I like how his format was. You know, I like how he was willing to like, hey, drop me off in Mexico, and if it's foreign to me, you know, it probably really work out. And that's how I feel. Like, dude, if I don't know something, like I went to this Jewish restaurant a couple months ago.
I saw that one, yeah.
I didn't know anything about
kosher Cajun. You had a great time over there.
Yeah, dude, because it was so informative. I learned so much, and I truly went in not knowing anything. I didn't know that they don't like, and don't hold me to this, they don't like dairy or mixed with, you know.
Yeah, no meat and dairy together.
I didn't know any of
shit. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, though, when you don't know. That way you find more stuff out for people like us.
Yeah.
People who hadn't been there.
Yeah.
And that's a part of it, rather than going with the same staying away from this and staying away from that.
That's another thing I love about his show, too, is that you can get educated about New Orleans culture.
Absolutely.
Not just of New Orleans food, but about New Orleans culture, so that you know why everybody's standing around in the gas station. You know? They're waiting for their plate. You know that at that point.
The cool thing about it is, too, it's not like I'm sitting here saying, hey, this is how this is in our culture. It's not like that. It's just like from seeing what's going on in this video.
You're showing, not telling.
Yeah. Hey, and I tell the sponsors and, you know, companies I work with all the time, hey, I may not, a lot of companies will hit you up, hey, would you mind dropping our name in this, sharing this, or putting this post out, blah, blah, blah. I don't work with those kind of companies. I work with companies that believe in, hey, I'm wearing this shirt, and I've wore it for I don't know how many weeks, you know what I'm saying? Or I wore something like it. That branding goes a long way. You know, you don't got to say it. It's just got to be there, you know? So what do people recognize me with a lot? They recognize me with a beater, you know, recognize Camellia, you know, all these different things.
All these are number one things.
You never heard me say, hey, go buy these bags of Camellia beans. It's never happened.
I love that Blue Plate stepped up, even though your show literally says no mayo.
And look, Brad, the guy that I've worked with for so many years that is with Blue Plate, he's the best. You know, every time I get on the phone with him, it's a long conversation. He understands me. I've told him no 100 times, and he could have had every reason to be like, hey, you know what, man? Screw this dude, bro. You know, I've told him no on so much, but they stick with me, and they get it. It's different than what they used to paying people to do and all this stuff, but it works for me. It works for them. So,
amen.
I love it.
That's what it's all about. And I'm so happy that everybody listened to us. And some of the things that you're saying is so informative to kids. That's why I really like our show, because we want kids to start thinking positive and understanding and believing in themselves.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what this whole show with us feels like for me and Jamie with you is like, here's a guy who believed in himself and did a bunch of things in our community. Not a rapper, not an actor, not, just a dude who took what he had and said, hey, I'm going to make something out of this, and doing a great job. Like, that's all you can ask for young kids to see, because so many young kids are like influenced this way, influenced that way. But if they're influenced to be themselves, embrace what they have, be happy, and know, just that you're okay with who you are. And if you feel something and you see it, then go for it. Not because nobody's doing it or nobody's done it yet. It's because you love it. Yeah. Because you did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's nobody like you, and there was nobody like you before. You know what I mean? But especially because people love their neighborhoods in New Orleans. Uptown, Mid-City, 8th Ward, 7th Ward, this ward, just Chalmette, this, all this stuff. And you've embraced that, grabbed it, and hold it up on a pedestal for them. With one of the most cherished things we have is our food.
Yeah.
Right?
I got to credit that right there. I got to credit that to the car business too, just because I was in front of so many different people every day. Yeah. I could tell you if somebody from the West Bank was outside saying, hey, open up the door, I could tell you they from the West Bank just from hearing them talk. Yeah. I could tell you if somebody lives in LaPlace, whatever, just from being in front of so many people. There's indicators, So transfer that to what I'm doing today, knowing how people are, knowing how the people around us are. I use it so much.
That's beautiful.
When I'm referencing stuff, I use it so much. You know what I'm saying?
I love how you bring your references in.
Yeah.
They're quintessentially you, too, most of the time. When you go, man, look at this. At a Chap Fly, they're using good water, too.
Yeah.
No name on the bottom.
Yeah.
Just little bitty things like that sends serotonin blast and, dopamine blast to your brain.
Right.
Because you're just sitting there watching, you're like, this dude fucking hilarious.
Because I can't let her arm come in front of me with this random misnamed bottle of water without saying something about it. I mean, that's true. It literally right away, I have to let it out.
So many people. I love how you get that person, kind of like our cards. They show up in the show.
Right.
When you see, there's always some random showing up in your show. Not intentionally, not that they tried, not that they were planning. It's just something that just comes out. You're not really saying, look at this motherfucker, but you're like,
yeah, no, okay. always. And I don't, and it never has to be thought about ahead of time because it's going to be there. That's where we live.
Yeah.
That's just, it's everywhere, man. It's every parish, man.
So let's pull back the curtain. I'm sorry, you got something going.
Yeah, Devin, I feel like I would be missing a great opportunity if I didn't hit you with this while you were here. Is there any hidden gems, any places that just blew your socks off when you went to get your red beans on Monday? You say, hey, look, you guys should really go to this gas station over in Mayo or something,
It's just the problem with thinking of that is there's so many that I've been to that it's always so hard, and I'm not the I don't want to say I'm not the brightest.
I'm kind of saying the most out of the way one, someplace way back, someplace you would never go unless you absolutely had to go over there and pick up a lawnmower or something.
Yeah. There's been a couple places. There's a place in Folsom that was just like that. It was out of a trailer in Folsom, which is already out in the middle of nowhere.
Way out there.
But it's just a trailer, and I remember looking through the blinds of the trailer because the little blind was open. I remember looking through the blind. I saw Price is Right was on. And I was like, what the hell's going on? It's the address to the place. I'm trying to pick up some food. They got a couch, Price is Right, and some dresses hanging around. I'm like, dude, I don't know what's going on here. I knock on the door. Before I could even finish the knock, and the lady comes out. She's like, yeah, how can I help you? I was like, yeah, I'm trying to place an order. And she's like, yeah, come on in. I mean, it was a house. It was a house. It was a.
I think I saw this.
Yeah, it was called B&B Generations.
Okay. I never saw that
You
one.
had the ominous music when y'all kept driving.
Anytime I go anywhere far out, I hit that ominous music, dude. Yeah, because it's like, what? You know, if I pass more than 150 trees in a row, ominous music. No doubt about it. But yeah, no, and it was just some really good food. And that's
awesome.
Yeah, that's always fun because you never know. Who knows how I'm feeling that day? If I'm even like got the energy to want to really do it. Because there's a lot of Mondays I wake up, I'm like, dude, here we go, bro. I got to figure this out, see where I'm going. What's the vibe going to be like? All this stuff until I get there. And if I get there and I see it's something that like I'm really interested in how it is, that could change my whole day. That could change my whole vibe. That can, sometimes it's not. Sometimes there's nothing that stands out. So it's like, oh, it's another segment in the books. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But when it does, bro, I really get excited about it. And it just happened a couple weeks ago. I was way down the road in the West Bank. Man, where was the area? I was anyway, damn. It's a hard word to say, too. It's like one of them French words. Down in the West Bank, they got like the swamp tours right there.
Jean Lafitte?
No.
No. Oh, yeah. I saw where they had they had the lilies instead of the...
Yes.
The lilies,
yes.
The alligators would normally come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget the name of that picture.
Way down in the West Bank, they got the little gator farm next to it, but it was...
Yeah, they crushed.
Huh?
They crushed.
Oh, yeah. And when you sit and eating at the table, the swamp is behind you right out the window. And I was like, man, I gotta go here. I went there. It was fascinating. You know what I'm saying? Their food was all good besides the red beans. Still a great experience. Still was unique. 'Cause I saw so many things I talked about. They had a pack of Marlboro Reds sitting out front. That one of them was like burned. It looked like somebody had just smoked a cowboy.
If you need one, take one.
Yeah, it's like not Marlboro not Marlboro Lights.
The real stuff.
The cowboy killers, So the first thing I'm thinking, like, damn, this food must be so good. It's stressful.
Exactly.
It's stressful.
When you see the cigarette, the Joe's outside, your boy says it's stressful. They got some good food. It's so good, it's stressful.
Yeah, so it's
dude, and see the fact that it said that the bread beans didn't hit whatever, that authenticity there again.
Yeah,
that's what your shows reek of, and I'm sure you're not going to stop that anytime soon for anything. But I think that's what for me, I love that authenticity so much. Like you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah,
and they don't know what they're going to get either on your review. You know what I mean? So it's a double win. I forget the name of the place. It's right on M.A. Green Shopping Center, right up in there. I was born and raised. I was born in New Orleans, and my mom moved to Metairie and Bunch Village, right across from that place that you went to that had the fried ribs.
Oh,
I forget her name. I've been wanting to go ever since I saw that. I forget the name of her place. It's right at M.A. Green Shopping Center.
It's not Nick's. It's one name like
yeah,
that.
it is. But I was going to
not Hank's. It's
a lady. She came in and they had no clue, but they were just bringing out the killer, right? And I was thinking a fried rib.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. But when you let me
on airline.
Yeah, that's why M.A. Green Shopping Center, Bunch Village is where I grew up, right? And then I ended up going to Grace King, but JD Myers and then Grace King. But when you go to places, I love food. I'm 6th generation New Orleans. I've been here for a long time. I listen, and I'm sure there's a ton of other people who just because you said, "Man, this is good," go to that place.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And that a lot of people. I see a lot of people saying, "Do this, do that," and they're like, I don't know. You know what I mean? But because you're so thorough, because you're so honest, because you're so genuine, for me personally, through my eyes, I'll go and check out those places that I probably would have drove by like 100 times.
Yeah, and honestly, man, I think that's the coolest thing about that segment that I do, and I'll always do it with vlogging with food, is I'm never really like, hey, y'all should come here. Y'all should come get this. I let them make judgment off of it. So there may be... if there's 100%, 80% may, like it, or it's because they could see that I'm having a good time. 20% may not. It is what it is. It's your judgment at the end of the day. I'm not rolling nobody really under the bus. Even if their food's bad, it's like, hey, dude, like I'm telling you what I'm not liking about it. This has happened before to you. I'm sure it'll happen again in the future.
Maybe you can fix it.
Yeah, maybe you want to do something about it. Maybe you don't. Like whatever the case may be. I'm not really dragging nobody though. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like that happy medium of just being there,
just honest, yeah,
vlogging my experience. So.
Being honest. Back to I was going to say. Pulling the curtain back. It's not really pulling the curtain back, but I could be remiss if I didn't talk to you about our horrendous Saints. You know what I mean? Like, we are probably as bad as the 80s. I mean, 2 wins and 12 games.
Yeah, 2-10.
They're 2-10. Yeah,
that's the worst I've seen since 90. What was the record in 99? It was.
I thought it was 80 when the bags came out. Or no?
Well, yeah, I couldn't tell you about that.
Yeah. Because
I know they had one bad season early 1980 or
1 of 15.
Quite a few.
Yeah, you're right.
But I could tell you 99 was the Dicker year.
Yeah.
When he wound up quitting.
Yeah, because he put Ricky Jackson.
I mean, the Saints made Mike Dicker quit. They didn't find. He just is like, dude, I can't do this.
Do you remember the picture of him laying on the ground?
Oh, that was the. I remember that game. That must have been the Tim Couch game.
He was laying
the Browns.
Out. He was like, I can't fucking take it. These motherfuckers gonna kill me.
Yeah,
it's hilarious, dude.
Going back to what she had said earlier about earliest memories. So like what I told you, right? That's like me as like a really young child, right? But my real like memories, it was that 99, 2000, 2001, because I was at the Dome a lot. Yep. And I just remember being with my dad in the nosebleeds for the Hakeem fumbles the ball game. And I remember, dude, what's crazy about this? How many years ago was that? 25?
Yeah, easily.
Oh, okay. I remember seeing you that night.
Yeah,
in the audience.
Wow.
Think about that,
dude. So for the Hakeem dropped the ball, I literally was even like this. I'm getting chills, even with the ball, because I seen the ball go out, and I was like, dude, the motherfucker dropped it. He fucking dropped it. And McMillan, he recovered it.
Yeah,
right. And we went to Minnesota, and we were in the elevator with him, and I remember feeling like, dude, it's him. Yeah. It's him. Like, I don't even know what he's doing these days.
Yeah.
Like,
Hakeem?
No, Millen. Mike Millen. Milan.
Yeah.
It's in Milan? I think it's in Mike Millen, the dude who recovered the fumble.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in the elevator with us, just being a fan. I was like, that's the dude who got us here, right? And, so the Saints is like you have a love affair with the city. With like some locals have a love affair with the city like us, and then all of a sudden something bad happened, like, motherfucker. I always say the Saints like my mom and New Orleans is like my dad. Like sometimes you're like, damn, that's me, but I gotta stick with it. And then sometimes you're like, oh, all right, that's what I'm talking about. That's my mom, that's my pops.
Yeah. I think the way I always look at it is, man, when they winning, we gonna love them. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be happy. We're going to say great things, all this stuff. When they losing, hey, screw them, bro. I can't stand them, whatever, right?
That's a true fan, though.
But what is above both of those for me is I was born into this. Just like so many people here, I'm watching. No matter what, that trumps everything, is that I was born into this. This is what I know. This is all I really know. I'll be watching every single Sunday. And I appreciate it, too, because as you get older, you know that you only got so many seasons that you're going to be here for, right? So that's why I hate when they lose their ass off, Yep. That's why I hate when they lose their ass off, because another wasted season.
Yeah,
like this season to me pisses me off, dude. Because there's really...
Yeah.
Same thing with the Pelicans Hornets, right? I hate when they do it right away. So when they take the hope out right away, that's my least favorite thing. Yeah, give us something. At least with them Aaron Brooks teams,
they keep you
exactly.
I feel the same way, man. Because if you look at it, we only have 2 more home games,
dude.
Like that shit has been in the toilet the whole fucking season, right? Like very minimal highs.
I mean, the Pelicans are worse, and what I mean by that is the vibe when you go to the game. Man, I was sitting courtside, feet on floor 3 weeks ago. Miserable vibe.
Wow.
Just a miserable vibe, dude. It's just like a team as if it's like being in the Esplanade Mall.
Do you feel like
right now? No. It's like being in the Esplanade Mall right now. That's the feeling I got.
It passed you by.
Just
Didn't there used to be a Dillard's here?
Yeah. Like I'm seeing ghost of Peja Stojakovic running down the court, and I'm just like,
Peja. Wish we could have him these days.
It's sad, man, and it's just like the unwillingness to feel that same way by some of the people that are in charge. Like if you don't feel that way, I just don't think you're the right guy. I don't think you're the right guy.
I feel like that, and sometimes you don't want to, when you're in the public eye a little bit, you want to be classy and you want to be, but sometimes you're like saying, man, fuck them. This is bullshit. We have been in the fucking gutter. We have to listen to Atlanta fans. We have to listen to all these people talk shit.
Yeah.
I understand that, and I went through a whole bunch of like roller coaster rides being a fucking dressing up alone for 32 years. I used to go to the game before a costume, just this motherfucker whistling loud on the airplane.
Yeah.
People be like, this dude, you're not going to do that the whole game, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, but I'm just saying.
They've messaged me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I share the clips. It's like this long. Hey, dude, look, I didn't want to say it on the post, but we sat next to Whistle Monster last season.
That motherfucker will not stop whistling. We down by 20.
I'm like, dude, you ain't got to tell me, bro. I can hear him on the TV.
Right? Down by 20. This motherfucker's still going at it.
I've been said the solution to that. They need on SeatGeek, StubHub, whatever it is, on the seating chart where you sit, they need to put a big whistle symbol on that seat. So where
Beware.
you know.
It's
you already know.
You know, I can't believe
you got what you paid for.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I tell people all the time, I'm going to be the same person from the first kick to the last tick of the clock.
That's
and
right.
I tell them most of the time, I fuck with them like, you probably should be paying more for your ticket.
Yeah, same person from the first whistle to the last whistle.
Especially this season, you're more entertaining than the team, bro.
Yeah. Back in the days when we really, we sucked down. Let's not make no mistake. Like we like up there in some of the suckiest times that is in this history existence of our team. And, we still have denial in some high levels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got the oldest fucking general manager and the youngest coach and the oldest team. And then I just feel like a lot of things that we need to change. I don't know if they're going to get changed. I hope they can get changed. You know what I mean? But I feel like I don't see anything. I don't feel hopeful in them being able to be competent and doing things.
What I don't appreciate is the unwillingness to express disappointment. I hate it. So, for instance, let's talk about the Pelicans, right? Joe Dumars just became the GM. Right? Joe Dumars got ties in New Orleans, what have you. When he did his press conference, I don't forget, dude. Like, I watch all this stuff. When he did his press conference, he told me he's here and he's going to make a change, right? Well, what's going on right now?
The same way.
Same exact things that we've went through a Truman Show cycle of the last 6 years is happening already. Again, it's only December 1st, and there's 7 dudes out with injury, not playing.
Yep.
They got guys you never heard of playing. It's only December 1st. When he took this job, he ensured us that he was gonna make this right. It don't come down to wins and losses. It comes down to get that toxicness out of here of dudes not playing. This is what's going on. This is why he's not playing tonight. Blah, 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 blah. You can't have 7 dudes not playing on an NBA team. You're not going to win any games. That's why they 3-18. You see what I'm saying?
You almost have to have 2 teams in the NBA.
Yeah. Well, how about voice some displeasure? You said what you said on the press conference. You ensured us that there was going to be a change in how things were being operated. Show some displeasure that the same exact thing is happening again. Say something. They won't do it.
Do you think, I don't think they'll ever do this, but do you think I think it'll be cool if we can have like a fan in some of the press conferences to ask a question, like say, just one fan. It doesn't have to be like the same fan over and over, but they just have a mic where if they want to get to be the best that they really can be, let's just hear what the fans have to say.
You could probably get a press pass.
I'm gonna tell you who can't. Right here, brother.
No.
Saints turning that down 10 out of 10 times. I done did press for the Super Bowl. I interviewed The Rock.
Yeah, that was good.
I did UFC. I did
He
UFC. I did the Super Bowl because it wasn't the Saints. It was the Super Bowl, right?
Right.
So shout out to G&O. That's who hooks
Yeah.
me up with all that and really got me into that. But the one time I ever asked for media passes from the Saints was this past summer to be at training camp to where I could be on the field and just walk around. Not to go interview players, not to go, just to be on the field to where I didn't have to be in the general public. You know what I'm saying? I could really watch what was going on.
Yeah.
Walk around, see different things, see the defense, see the offense, whatever. Hey, the guy called me, and he's like, hey, man, love what you do, man, but we're not going to be able to approve that. So I go to the practice anyway in the general population, and I see some of the most random people on the field. And I'm just like, you know what, man? I know what this is. You ain't got to tell me twice. Like,
the Saints have always been kind of like
they don't like being ribbed.
They shoot themselves on the foot, and they're soft.
Yeah, they don't like being ribbed. Yeah.
I think it came from Benson, though, honestly. I love Tom. Remember when he tried to sell the team during Katrina, and then he was at LSU Stadium?
Yeah.
He pushed the cameras, and he tried to sue them for attacking him.
Yeah.
But that's just that mentality of the culture there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they don't want nobody to say anything bad about him.
It's just, I guess it's whoever's running it, and I think that the social media, whoever what would you call them? PR?
Yeah, PR
whoever's doing that for the Pelicans and the Saints, they've never liked me. They just never have. That's why I've done narration videos and stuff for Tulane. You know, Tulane's best, most viewed hype video that they've ever put out was I was narrating it, and it was last year.
That's fucking
the
awesome.
Saints have never contacted. You know how bad I want to. When you ask me, hey, some things I dream of doing, probably in the top 5 would be narrating a Saints hype video or something with the Saints. Me being able to write it, just like I did for the Tulane one. You know.
Dude, let's do one. I'll get me and any super fans you want. You
maybe that's what we get. Yeah, we just do
your own hype video. Yeah,
facts.
You run it and let me know what we need, and I'll make sure I'll go out there and get whoever we need.
But they'll bring a country singer who don't even live in Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? He was just maybe born here and lived here for a few years. He didn't even live in New Orleans. He lived in Denham Springs.
Yeah. That's like a trademark.
They'll get him, bring him all access field pass. You know, hey, he's here today in the Superdome. I'm like, come on, bro.
One of the things that in that same vein,
be your own people, dude.
In that same vein,
for real.
The way that I came up with Monster, obviously the whistle because I had the whistle, but Monster was because you might remember this. Remember the dog that used to get the T? His name was Fetch Monster.
Yeah, Fetch Monster.
There's Fetch Monster with the R. Yeah. But right before I started doing Whistle Monster, that they found out that he was coming from Houston and they was paying the dog $4,000. Oh. So they got rid of the dog. And so I was talking to my buddy. I was like, dude, he already made the name Monster. I'll just be Whistle Monster, and I'll change the R to an A.
Yeah.
And that's how I came up with Whistle Monster.
Did they drop Sir Saint for good?
No, Sir Saint's there. He's still there. Yeah, he's they changed his thing up.
I've always been big on Gumbo.
Yeah, Gumbo is a great mascot for
dude, he's
us,
awesome.
You know, I don't think, Sir Saint was like an old school. I have the tattoo of Sir Saint on my shoulder, on my arm. Instead of NFL and a shield, I put WM. But I love Gumbo just from our name, our food, our mascot.
It's perfect.
He's just a genuine dog.
A Saint Bernard, that's Gumbo. That's awesome. I think that's the cleverest name we have besides the Jazz.
Yeah,
right. Like that is our shit right there.
I pray before I die one day that we get that Jazz name back.
Everybody wants that name back.
Utah.
I don't know how we're gonna do
them motherfuckers. Give them a couple of Mormons or something.
But hey, props to them. They really holding on to it.
Oh, they knew.
Hey, that's the only Jazz they got.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. Dude.
They holding on to it. They make cool looking merchandise and uniforms. Like,
that's the only thing. That's the only Jazz that Utah will ever have. You heard it here on Only Good Vibes News Network. And dude, let me tell you something. I love the Saints. I even used to go watch brass games.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
I know a few.
Yeah. And even though we didn't really, most people in New Orleans didn't know shit about hockey, but it was fun to be in there.
Yeah.
And the Municipal Auditorium. It was a nice little joint that was in there. But our sports we love. And I realized that more than anything during Katrina because everybody lost everything pretty much. And we worried had nothing. But whenever I evacuated, I took my Saints tickets and golf clubs. That's the only shit that I took. And I wish I had more. But the thing is, during that, when we were apart, I was in Florida. I stayed in Seaside the entire time, like right by Grayton Beach. That's why there's a Whistle Monster helmet in Red Bar.
Okay.
Because we live right next to that. It was right on the Gulf of Mexico. It was beautiful. But for me, dude, it always felt like for 3 hours, regardless of wherever we were, everybody was back together.
Yeah.
You know, like regardless of where you were in California, when the Saints came on when we were doing Katrina, after Katrina, I felt like everybody was pulling as one. And we gave it like politics, gender, race, all our religion, all that shit went out the window. Everybody on Sunday was a Saints fan, regardless of where the fuck you were from. And then I realized, I was like, wow, we really do have a special relationship with this team. It's so much more than football. Because like for the idea of them trying to sell it on while we were there, and we got to give up props for Paul Tagliabue, God rest his soul. He was the guy. Him and Arnie Filco, who I'm going to have on here, is the reason why we have a team today, for sure.
I was there that day. I'll never forget that day, that whole day. I'm talking about the day into the night.
Wow.
Yeah, I was at that Atlanta Falcons
right.
game.
Yeah,
so
dude.
I just and that was literally, let's see, I had been back. So I evacuated to Batesville, Arkansas for 9 months because my stepmom's cousin lived out there and she was taking everybody in. And, you know, so I was out there for 9 months, finished 8th grade, and then came back. Wow. And so that was within 2 months of me being back was that game. And I remember telling my grandpa, just like I told him every single Sunday, I can't miss this game. Party, I can't miss this game. So, because he had tickets through his company. Party, I can't miss this game.
Can't miss this game.
I can't miss this game. I text him every Saturday night. Party, I can't miss this game. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I don't need 2 tickets or nothing. I need 1.
That's an awesome name for your grandfather. Party.
Yeah. So PAWDY.
Party. Oh,
yeah.
Party. Okay. Yeah. Wow.
But that's one thing I tell people where I was fortunate growing up. Everybody might have something, you may not, whatever. But the one thing I was fortunate on growing up that I can look back and say is I was able to be in that dome, in that arena.
Amen.
A lot because of my grandfather.
And they can't, like, it's like a Super Bowl title. They can't take that away from us at all. We always, dude, I remember that day. Me personally, I had a tuxedo. Me and my buddy, the guy who dressed like the coach.
Yeah.
We wore tuxedos.
Yeah.
And because I was like, this is a red carpet event.
Yeah.
We fucking putting on a tuxedo, the helmet, the whistle shit, painted up.
Yep.
But a tuxedo, because this is a big day for us and opening up, man. And being in there after like the block punt, like I knew it could be the 60-something fucking Green Bay Packers or the fucking whoever. They were getting their ass whipped that day.
We were playing Mike Vick. I mean, who was definitely...
he was hot.
Yeah, he's still a thing, for sure.
Dude, Vegeta tells this story about... And I looked at it on Rebirth. I saw it when he's talking. But it's basically... He almost got a scoop and score right before on that 3rd down.
Yeah.
But it went out of bounds.
Okay, yeah.
Like he's like, and it just got out of bounds. And I remember seeing, and the thing that blows my fucking mind about that whole thing is, like, that was the first time that's first time Drew Brees was in a Superdome.
Yep.
And Aaron fucking Brooks is our quarterback. Like that, I don't know why they're just like, it's fucking, because we were just so good, like right from that first game against Atlanta, because of the vibe and the energy of people in that dome willing him to win. And like Sean Payton bringing him there the night before, saying this is going to mean everything to these people. And it don't mean shit if you don't win.
Right.
Wow.
That's the kind of coach we need. I'm just saying. We can get into Kalen more. I'm going to be honest. We can jump segue into him right now. I just don't feel like, I mean, the guy only had 12 games, right? I say only 12, but
12 is a lot.
I was watching your show, man, and you had something that was very, very, very significant. If you can't get 1 yard as an NFL team,
dude,
you got some serious fucking problems.
That's just alarming. So it's just like the general scope of thinking about that is, okay, it's been 12 weeks, and you haven't figured out a play to get 1 yard yet, and you're supposed to be this innovative play caller. How in 12 weeks? This is why people who don't play football, who don't coach, say things like this. Well, I could think of a play in 12 weeks that could get 1 yard.
Get a yard, right?
That's why, because it's so outrageous that he hasn't. You know, so that's alarming from the grand scheme of things. That's alarming from, hey, this guy's supposed to be an innovative play caller, and he can't get a yard still 12 weeks. I don't care who's on the roster.
A friend of mine, Ivan Neville, he was like, dude, let me tell you about him. He's never been a fan of Kalen. He came from, when he called me right after this last game, immediately, fool's goal. That's what he said.
Yeah.
He's like, because we seem like we always like, if we compete, I'm okay. But he said that's fool's gold. But what this game showed me more than anything out of all 12 was coaching.
Absolutely.
It was coaching.
I think that quite a
it
few
is.
of the recent ones have been
Yeah.
coaching stands out on what's going wrong.
Yeah.
To be honest, when I look at Tyler Shuck, I'm able to pick things where I'm like, okay, man, I kind of see what they're talking about. Like I could see him being good. It's going to take time. He's a rookie. He's going to make that throw where he throws a pick like that on the guy jumping the route. Every rookie ever's done it. Every single quarterback that's ever, they've all made that throw. It's game 4. Dude, if we're not willing to let him go through that, then y'all on a different, way of thinking of football, right? You got to know that that's going to happen. So there's things there's not much that I can really pull from Kellen Moore. I'm like, oh yeah, he does this good. The 2-minute drill, I think he does the 2-minute drill really good. But what's 2 minutes going to do for us if we down 20?
And you can't score in the red zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so what Ivan said was that he had a great defense, which is probably the heaviest defensive line in football. He had a great offensive line, heaviest line in offensive football, the tush push.
Yeah.
He all he had to do is pretty much drive the ship without fucking it up.
Right.
Is what supposedly it is. And now it's coming home to roost because it looks like not only does he not have I got to give a little, well, I would say a little bit of credit, but the offensive line is still horrendous.
It's horrendous.
You know what I mean? It's like they don't.
He's never had this bad of an
that's
offensive line.
badass on offensive line.
Dude, even before Kellen Moore was with the Eagles, he was with the Cowboys before that, and they literally are known for going out their way to draft an offensive line. He had an offensive line there. He had some of the best tackles, Tyron Smith.
Yep.
All these guys were playing there. It's the same thing in Dallas. He comes here. We've allocated the first round picks on the offensive linemen, but half of them didn't even work out.
Right.
No.
And then
turkeys.
another quarter of them are out for the season. So it's like there's only one tackle that you could be like, oh yeah, I could see it working out with him, and it's the guy we just drafted.
Yeah.
So
and I feel like we definitely have had some poor selections as far as coaching, as far as players.
Absolutely.
And who do you point the finger at on the,
well, you point it not only to the GM, but you point it to another guy that nobody ever likes to talk about. I never hear it. I never see it on Twitter. You could search it in the search bar. Nobody's talking about this guy, Jeff Island. He's the head of scouting. He's the guy that goes and deals with the players that you draft and all that.
You know who he's riding on? He's been riding on that, and they weren't the greatest, but they were both in their defense and offense rookies of the year, Kamara and so I think he's still with Miss B and all those people riding on. He's going to hit that lightning in a bottle again.
Yeah.
Sometime.
And I also think that Sean Payton, while he was here, he influenced that ideology of sticking with somebody and just getting the absolute. I mean, if you go watch the Broncos the other night playing, who is playing tight end for them? Who is playing fullback? Who are these guys? These are all former Saints. He still ain't. Sean Payton's so funny. He still ain't let Troutman go.
Right.
Yep.
Troutman was a guy that fans down here couldn't stand because he always made mistakes. Sean Payton is still standing on that, and he's going to do
Lutz.
it. Will Lutz. I saw Adam Prentice, the fullback. He's the fullback. Dude, I even saw Lil Jordan Humphrey.
Yeah.
Jordan.
He went after every single person. I was telling my theory is this. The Saints had to do him something really dirty because he went after everybody. He might even taken some janitors and water boys. I'm being facetious about that part, but he took Dennis Allen when we got rid of him. He took what's the guy before Dennis Allen, who was our interim coach? Kind of fiery guy.
Oh, you're talking about Rizzy.
Rizzy.
So he took Rizzy. Dennis Allen went to Chicago. Dennis Allen's the defensive coordinator for the best team in the NFL right now.
Right.
You know how life works out.
Yeah, it does.
If you thought it was going to work out any differently, you ain't been living.
But he was good at defense because I remember him bringing our defense.
Hell yeah.
And I always feel like I use Pennington. And that may be a little bit older for you. The police chief we brought here from Pendleton, you were probably super young, but he was crime was really bad. So we brought him, and the Saints do the same thing, in my opinion. So we bring this guy here, and he's the best police chief we ever had. What do? They want him. They make him want him to run for mayor. He fucking gets killed and goes to Atlanta. And now we don't have him anymore. We just
Yeah.
and the same thing that they did with Allen. He was great defensive coach, dude.
Yeah.
Like leave him there. Like go and let him stay there. He's doing great. Don't bring him like 5 more jobs.
Well, where they made the mistake was hiring him as the head coach to begin with. They should have kept him at defensive coordinator. This is all
Yeah,
hindsight.
that's
All hindsight. But they should have kept him at defensive coordinator and hired your right coach then, right? Because what, based on his history, showed you that he was going to be a good head coach? Literally zero. He was a losing head coach before he was a head coach for the Saints. You know what I'm saying? He had a losing tenure in Oakland. So there was nothing really standing out that he was going to be a great head coach. Taking his mind off of just the defense. You know, look what happens when he's focused on the defense. Dude, they getting turnovers galore. Dennis Allen, he'll give up 400 yards to the team, but he's going to get the turnovers. That's what he loves to do. He loves to get defensive turnovers. And that's really what we don't do a lot of.
400 yards.
Yeah.
But we got those turnovers,
Got
buddy.
those turnovers.
Dude, so I cannot let you go without this. So you like Iceman Special?
Yeah. Cool dudes.
Because I was talking to Charlie.
Yeah.
And Charlie wanted me to come out to their place. He had a friend who was a big Saints fan who couldn't believe he knew the Whistle Monster. He wanted me to come and do his podcast.
Yeah.
So I showed him this, and he was blown away. And I was telling him, I was like, yeah, I'm going to have Devin on. He goes, so you going to have him on? He goes, dude, that place is killer. He's a big fan of the show. And I was telling him, but they just recently played at the Maple Leaf. I wanted to call you, but dude, they played until like 4:30.
I love it, dude. They a
It was
vibe.
fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
they're great.
Dude, they played what song they played a bunch of Grateful Dead songs, and then they played one song that just blew my they did a cover like their own way,
Yeah.
which is like really, I mean, I love Iceman. They're really, really good.
Yeah, he let me when they did Hogs for the Cause, I guess that was 2 years ago. He had let me go out on stage before they came out
Introduce
and
them?
kind of like introduce him and stuff
that's
like
awesome.
that.
Nice.
Yeah, I
They
even ran
cool.
like a little stand up, like 2 minutes. Real
Him and
quick.
Will look good, man.
Yeah.
And the old dude Steve, who plays the guitar.
Yeah.
He's one of my warrior brothers.
He's a legend.
He's a cool dude. He
Yeah.
really is, man.
Dude.
He beat cancer. He's still getting better. But those dudes, music and what's some of the bands you like?
Well, look, I'll tell you this. I'm glad you brought that up. So my whole dad's side of the family is rooted in New Orleans, playing still to this day. You go to Spotted Cat on Friday
nice.
on
Oh,
Frenchman. My papa Sydney's there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Wow.
the Snows are jazz, rock and roll musicians.
Wow.
That's what they are. I'm the only one that don't know how to play guitar.
Dude, but you had to do something. I mean, you doing like
They
you're
all
just as
funny,
high.
too, you know?
You're just as high. I mean, y'all personality. I mean,
They all funny. My grandpa joke you under the table. You know, both sides, my mom's side and my dad's side. But my dad's side, you know, he's really old school. St. Thomas Projects, you know,
Yeah.
grew up there. Like,
Did he know Al Copeland?
if I,
Not really,
without
maybe.
asking him, I would tell
say
you that
yes.
he didn't really mess around with like high rollers, you know. And I think that we share that same like similarity. If
Right.
you're too much of a high roller, it's hard for me to be around you because you love talking about how much you did, what you did,
Yeah.
and my bloodline just don't really like.
I think
mesh
Al.
well with
I don't
that.
think Al was a high roller in the Jacks.
Oh.
he might have.
Oh, you talking about growing up?
yeah, in
maybe.
the project. 'Cause Al Copeland came from that
Yeah,
same project.
maybe.
Yeah, you
maybe.
what
I
mean?
know he didn't know him when he had money though.
Oh no. I'm
Yeah.
talking about when he was in the ghetto.
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like really, really.
Yeah, my dad's dad, Sidney Snow, he was playing on Frenchman 60 years ago. When Elvis was walking through, not to play, to go watch.
Wow.
You know, that's how long he's been playing music. I mean, they just finding him on the internet. My grandpa, and they doing videos and stuff with him. He's in a camp.
New Orleans is such a that's what I'm saying, man. It's to have a bloodline like that in music.
Yeah.
Jamie's a musician, an
Okay.
actor, producer, writer. Yeah, he has his own music. Our show for Only Good Vibes News come in. It says his because that's the only music we have right now.
Yeah.
We won't get sued or
That's-
get kicked off the platform for.
Dude, my uncle is the same way. So that's my dad's brother. He'll hit me up, you know, often with a new idea, with a new, just very, that's how we are. You know, I can look at my whole family and they all kind of the same way. They're always thinking of something, you know, very involved with music, very funny dudes, you know, naturally. Just hearing them talk, just funny dudes, bro.
Creative people.
So, dude,
Yeah.
what did you have to eat today?
What did I have? So I ate a chicken salad with raspberry vinaigrette for lunch from World Deli. Shout out World Deli. I love that place, dude.
Where's Royal Deli at?
World Deli.
World Deli.
World Deli.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mattery Place.
Yep.
The variety of what they selling is incredible, dude. I don't care what you into. Whether you want to eat healthy, whether you want po' boys, whether you want they got panini, everything, bro. Yeah.
Dude, that inventory sounds like a beast.
Yeah, plate lunches, desserts, daily specials, all at World Deli. They paid me nothing to say this. I just order them all the time. So
I was curious because I mean, like, I always like. Do you think about a mechanic or somebody like, okay, what kind of car do you drive? What's your favorite car?
Yeah.
What are you just randomly driving around? Like, what are you randomly eating? And what's your favorite food to go to? You know, just if you really want to eat something.
Usually like something like, all right, so like a plate lunch, like for instance, like meatloaf or mashed potatoes. It's like I'm a sucker for that stuff, dude.
Every plate comes with two sides. What's your two go-tos?
I love baked macaroni. I don't hate on mashed potatoes, but sweet potato, like real sweet potatoes.
Those are more healthier than the regular ones too. But
but the way that they do them, I mean, they got sugar in there and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go.
You ain't getting away from it, dude. It's gonna be in the sweet potatoes.
Respect your body, bro.
Yeah, that's if I'm ordering something. If I gotta cook something, dude, I make like chicken stir fry. Trying to think what else I cooked recently. Grilled chickens, with a bunch of seasoning on it.
Respecting your body all day long over there at your house. Huh?
Tuesday through Saturday. Yeah, very much kind of why. But I like it. I think it tastes good. I'm not going to eat nothing trash.
Dude, I eat a salad every night, and it's always arugula, blue cheese, and some kind of vinaigrette.
Yeah. And I love making smoothies, too. So
Ah.
I bought a $99 Ninja probably like 6 months ago. I use that thing every day.
Got your money's worth out of it?
Oh, yeah. I'm dragon fruit, strawberries, 4 ounces of almond milk, banana, tablespoon of peanut butter, blend it up, dude. Collagen. I put collagen in that, too.
We keeping you a long time, but I'm going to get you out of here on a couple of things. One is, what do you think our record this season is going to be?
2.
The Saints.
I thought that was your answer too.
Oh yeah.
It could be.
Yeah, no. They probably will beat the Titans. So give them 3 and some change. Changes the losses, dude. Like, because we need change.
14 losses and 3 wins.
Yeah. So it's about where. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's what we're looking like.
Yeah.
That's what we're feeling like.
Hey, if ever.
So what about the Pelicans? What do you think?
15 and some change.
All right. So I didn't get a chance to talk to you about one's going to be good and one's going to be, I don't know if you think good. Obviously, Tulane.
This is, if there's ever been a situation to say the old famous line, at least we got Tulane. This has never been a better than now to say that ever.
That's it's almost like you playing a video game and you got that last lock.
Yeah.
Lock.
Yeah.
That's it. And so now, let's talk about Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Got run off the fucking road in Alabama.
Yeah.
I mean, dude.
Fingers flying everywhere.
Yeah. That's football, man. That's what I love about football, dude. It's like,
dude, he got fucking 90 M's.
Yeah, 7 years, $90 million. So I think, I don't know what the math on that is.
13, 14.
Yeah.
Holy shit. But I mean,
different kind of money in Baton Rouge.
That's what I was gonna say, man. Do you think that? I don't know. I don't know enough about football, basketball. I mean, college to look at it how salary caps go, because I don't know how the salary caps even go in college. But I almost feel like, didn't they just get in this kind of situation with Kelly?
Yeah, and that's why I wasn't in love with the idea before it happened. I just wasn't really in love with the idea of going after Lane Kiffin because of the money situation. And it's not because, I'm worried about the money. That's not why. I'm worried about if this doesn't work out. And what I mean by not working out, you don't get to the college football playoff in several years. Dude, people are going to hate this dude. It's going to be a messy ending. It's going to be the same thing times 2 because you paid him double more. So it's going to be the same thing when it happened with Brian Kelly times 2. And that's what kind of worries you about it. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not pissed that we just, hey, my money. If they want to go get the most popular wanted coach in college football, hey, man, we got him. All right, well, let's see what happens, because when it's that big of a name, if the disappointment happens, it's going to be that big of a disappointment.
And another thing that I read that blew my mind is the fact that if they go to, first let me back up a little bit. I can't believe that he left, and they may change this in college, but that he left in the middle of like the 7th ranked team.
Yeah.
You know?
So weird. So
then
not
he goes
football.
Yeah, how did he roll out like in the middle of a season?
I guess it's not illegal.
This is like new stuff that happened in the last few years. Has to, because I just don't recall this
ever happening.
I don't recall it like that.
And so if they go to the champ, if they get in the playoffs, they get like, we have to pay him $150,000. But if they win, which I don't think they're going to win, then we'd have to pay them $1 million.
Yeah,
That's
think
crazy in a contract.
Well, I think it's a lot to do with the portal, right? So with the NIL stuff, so it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot to do with signing days next Wednesday.
Yep.
So you have to have a coach that's committed to your program at that
recruit.
To go do the recruiting. Because if, for instance, Lane Kiffin's verbally committed to LSU but hasn't told nobody or whatever, and he's still at Ole Miss, well, then you got tampering that's happening.
Conflict,
because he's not going to go recruit people to Ole Miss even though he's there and then leave. No, he's going to be trying to get them to LSU.
Yeah, wow.
So that's what's going on right there. But it's different with the SEC. The SEC, especially with Ole Miss, LSU. Ole Miss hates us. People out there, they hate LSU.
Alabama too.
We don't really care about Ole Miss. We more like, oh, okay, yeah, like we're gonna beat
We're not
y'all
even
again.
thinking about 'em.
Yeah, we're gonna beat y'all again. But our rival's Alabama. But like, all right, dude, yeah, y'all bugging us, bro. We're gonna give you that ass whooping again. That's how we kind of feel. But it's just different, man, with the SEC. That's why Tulane and Summerall was able to work it out. He went and got hired at Florida, but Tulane was able to work it out with Summerall. Hey, we're going to let you finish coach and finishing the job, right?
He did the whole that. Yeah.
Yeah, because what is Florida to Tulane?
Yeah. Right.
Nothing. Just another
Out
school.
of their thing. Dude, so back to Tulane a little bit. That's the second coach that did. Like, it seems like every time we get a good team at Tulane, the coach gets jacked that year.
Yeah.
Is that just like those guys coming from the Little League? I'm not Little League, but from like the minor leagues going up to the big leagues? Because if they go into Tulane in another level bracket, and then all of a sudden they do great there, like, okay, I want to go up to the next level, and they always get picked.
It's just gonna take time. I mean, and Tulane fans, they don't think it is. And I am a Tulane fan, but they got those straight Tulane fans that don't like LSU. It's different. I didn't grow up around that. I grew up around all people that love Tulane and LSU. I even polled on Twitter. I polled this on Twitter. I said, I said, if you from the South Shore, comment where you from in the comments, but also answer this poll on if you root for LSU and Tulane. It was 80% to 20 that root for LSU and Tulane on the South Shore. And that was like thousands of votes, Wow. So don't let strictly Tulane fans fool you, dude.
Right, because they definitely still like, it's like my friends from California. Like one time.
They think it's the 60s still. It's not, dude. We not.
But, dude, they had that rivalry.
Yeah, I know.
Back in the day. Like, they would play each other. And how ironic is it now that if Tulane wins Friday and then they go and play Texas Tech.
Yeah.
And then they end up playing Georgia. Now, that's a far stretch. But the fact is, they're in the
CFP before LSU.
Yeah.
That's life. That's how life works, man.
I mean, dude.
That's why LSU spending all that money, and
And now I cannot not talk about this because the internet said it, and just because the internet said it, I feel like I have to talk about it. But Coach O, going to Tulane.
Coach O,
he's definitely got the ties. Yeah, his son is a coordinator at Tulane, so he's definitely got the ties. That's why he's always.
How do you think you got a hand on the pulse of the Tulane LSU fans? How do you think LSU fans are going to feel about that, especially disgruntled ones that don't really? Is not on board with Lane Kiffin. Yeah,
well, I think there's a percentage of even just strictly LSU fans, like out in Baton Rouge, that don't respect Coach O because of whatever happened.
Yeah,
and I don't agree with that at all, to be honest with you. Oh, God forbid the guy likes ass. It's incredible.
I'm not a fan of the cancel culture either.
Yeah, so, but I think he's got a better chance of being under Lane Kiffin's coaching staff at LSU than he does going to Tulane.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, because because Tulane's looking at Blake Baker, who's the defensive coordinator for LSU. for the head coach. He actually just interviewed yesterday. So that's like one of their top candidates, right?
Because he already knows the kids and already got the whole, okay.
That would open up the lane, no pun intended, for Coach O to go to LSU and do something in coaching for the defense.
Wow. Boy, now you want to talk about winning. You definitely. But then again, I don't know how much Coach O going to want. He's still collecting money.
Yeah, but he loves ball.
He is.
That dude loves
The ball.
football. He loves
I
it.
love him too. I saw the dude jogging down the street, no shirt on, running. He's a fucking beast. I love him.
He's a great representation. I mean, he's not even a representation of like the people that I grew up around or anything like that. I didn't grow up around with people that sounded like that.
Yeah.
But he's a great representation for Louisiana and where he's from.
Dude, and on that note, we're going to segue into you're a great representation of New Orleans. That's why we wanted to have you here on Only Good Vibes. We touched a lot of different subjects. Number one thing we do is we really appreciate your time.
Yeah,
you can
absolutely.
do anything you want to in this entire world. That's the number one reason why I take pictures with every single person.
Yeah.
Because it's the most important thing that they have. If they want to give me a slice of it, I got time.
Yeah.
And we won't ever want to let you out here without saying thank you. And we appreciate you here, man. If there's anything that you want to say to anybody or you want to
Tell them how to find your YouTube channel and your show.
Yeah, Hold the Mayo on YouTube, just how it sounds. I know sometimes when I say it, it sounds like duh, but no, it's Hold the Mayo, just how it sounds. And you can find me on any, I'm on all of them.
platforms.
So, yeah, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all that stuff.
Check him out after the game, too, for some real entertainment. I mean, some real entertainment.
Yeah, Sunday afternoon.
I listen to, but then I have to, like, tap back into my inner child because I'm like, I'll call because I want to say something, but it's a good thing when you call a radio show and you can't get on. That means that show is fucking hot.
Yeah.
Like, if they just sitting there waiting for you to call, it's probably not a great fucking show.
Phone ain't ringing.
But
y'all check the phones.
Is that working?
Yeah.
Dude, but serious, Dev. I mean, I'm honestly a big fan. Jamie's a big fan.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Only Good Vibes News Network is a big fan. And we always have 6 things that we tell people before we get out of here. We said 6 things that people can do that's okay. Always have humility, empathy, and compassion for themselves because you're always putting yourself in other people's places. And I feel like if you don't have it for yourself first, you can't give it to anybody else. And then the last 3 is always help people because helping people can be an inside job. Always try to be better. Nobody's perfect. You're going to fuck up. You're going to miss an email. You're going to miss whatever. And just start the next day. You got a brand new sheet. And then the last thing is leave the world better than you found it. Now, how do you do that? You do it a lot in this way. We can do it in food, air, water. But what I'm talking about is having an encounter with an absolute stranger that you woke up this morning you did not know. Having it, whether it's at a post office, a restaurant, or, the airport, wherever.
Right.
A good encounter. Both of you guys feel good about it. Walk away. And do that 3 or 4 full times, that's leaving the world better than you found it.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah, I like that.
That's what we do here.
And we always like to say the world is full of good people.
Right.
If you don't see one,
Be one.
Yeah,
you're right.
Is. I love
Thanks
that.
for your time,
yeah,
bro.
absolutely, man. Thank y'all
Amazing.
so much.
Love
Appreciate
it, man.
it.
You guys go and check out Hold the Mayo. And also remember that this dude here is authentic as it gets. Not only as authentic as he gets, but he also does red beans on Monday. And then on Sunday, the 2 coolest days, Sunday and Monday. Right, you can go and see him. Talk about the Saints, talk about stuff. But I wish your boy sits behind me. I forget his name, right, or whatever his friend. I have 2 seats in 144. Him, his mom, and his girlfriend. They have seats literally right behind me and Ivan Neville on the first row of 144. He had on Hold the Mayo shirt last week.
Oh, okay.
He's always coming. He lives on Covington, but dude, just keep doing what you do, man. I know you are, and I would love. I don't know if we'll be able to get it there, but I'd love for you to come to a game. I think the last game, I might have an empty seat on the side of me.
Okay, yeah, let me
If
know.
you're into it, we'll go come and I've got earplugs for you.
Yeah, well, you're going to have something. That'd be some funny stuff, dude.
And look, we got to thank our sponsors, NOLA Motorsports. We should go there, dude.
Yeah,
NOLA
we should go
Motorsports,
play the golf.
The golf carts, those things go 40
They got
to 50.
hydraulics or something?
They're like jacked up. Then there's 50, 40 miles an hour. Like
That's
I was
pretty
talking
tight.
shit. I was like, yeah, sure they go 50, 40 miles. Dude, I got in those motherfuckers.
Yeah,
They go that
that's
fast.
tight. Yeah.
And then they also have the putt, but it's throttle and swing. We also have cannabis. Your boy,
Scandalous
chocolates.
Oh, okay.
In New York, right? Since we went podcast, we got taking advertisers from all across the place now.
Gotcha,
We also
yeah.
have Frenchie Live and we also have Trenas.
Okay.
So
Trenas is the
Trenas is the
restaurant.
restaurant
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
over. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so Jim Richard
Across
is
from
a good
Luke,
friend
huh?
of mine. Yeah, right
Yep.
across from Luke.
Yeah.
So I have super fans going there before the games, every game. So the next home game, every home game, I've been having super fans come there. We
Yeah,
go
good
right
food.
before. Yeah, it is. They really do. Jim Richard, he used to own. You've been to Florida. He had Stinkies. He owned the Redfish Taco. He owns a couple of places down there on 38.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks to those guys. Thanks to you. Thanks
Absolutely.
to my host Jamie.
Thanks for
Appreciate
being
it.
on.
Yeah, thank
Our
you.
boy
being
Jay. We said we're gonna say 30 minutes, but I'm pretty sure it's over an hour. But you know, time flies when you're having fun.
I don't think
Thanks,
about that.
Deb.
Yeah.
Yeah, you right.
Who that?
But we got a vibe, y'all. We got a vibe. I can tell by your smile that you're in my tribe. We got a vibe.